Hello friends and crafters, welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me today on a project share I have for you. These are the velvet pumpkins that the Dollar Tree is selling this year. They did have them last year, but I wasn't able to get as many colors as I was this year. As far as going to the Dollar Tree, it's hit or miss here, and sometimes you can pick things up that you see people hauling and most times not. So I really wanted the black and white check and the orange and white check pumpkins, but I missed that day that they took those out. But I was there when these came. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you how I altered these pumpkins. And if you follow me, you know that I gave a tutorial a few weeks ago for the sunflowers that you see here. And all I did different to create these was cut them on white cardstock and then use the brush corduroy distress ink on the petals very lightly. And these sunflowers came out beautiful, and they're a nice neutral tone to let the gold and the orange of the pumpkin really be the center point of the color. And for the leaves, for these gold leaves right here, I used this die, which is a Sizzix Tim Holtz. I've had this for quite some time in my stash. This is die number 656927. And I believe that you had to buy the embossing folder separate, but this is how I store mine. I don't have any of the numbers for the embossing folder. And then for the green leaves that you see on here, which is right here, I also distressed those with brushed corduroy just so that they would have a autumn tone to them. I use this Sizzix Thinlits die, which is again Tim Holtz, and I will give you the number on this die. It is 660955, and I used that for the leaves. And then I always pick up these little florals from the Dollar Tree whenever I see them, and I put them in my stash. So I've inserted these and these little berries that you see on here. And I also crocheted my own doily. And I think you can get these at Joann's. I'm not sure. This is a pumpkin from last year, and it's a cream colored with the sunflowers that you saw me make. And I will leave a link below to any of you that are new here to this sunflower tutorial so you can make some. And then we have this beautiful green. It's sort of an olive, deep olive green, nice and dark. And I used peel paint to make these sunflowers. And then we have this beautiful sage green, and I used the same peeled paint for these sunflowers. And I basically kept it all gold with a little green leaves that were distressed with the brushed corduroy, just because I wanted the color of the pumpkin to actually be the focal point. Now this is a beautiful mauve velvet pumpkin, and I used Victorian velvet to create these sunflowers, and these berries also were from the Dollar Tree. Every once in a while they do have a different few different colors. This right here is a beautiful burgundy velvet. Again, the Victorian velvet distress ink with the pretty deep pink berries. This is another orange, like the first one I showed you. This one is last year's orange, and I will hold the two up so that you can tell the difference. Not only are the stems different, which you can see right there, the colors were different. This is a beautiful deep orange, and this is a brighter orange. And I used, again, the brush corduroy on these sunflowers. Then I have this one with last year's orange pumpkin with the sunflower that I made in the other video for this one. And this one is last year's cream colored pumpkin with the brush corduroy sunflowers. And that is it for today's share. I hope you get to go to your Dollar Tree and get some of these beautiful pumpkins for your fall decorating. And until next time, everyone, happy crafting.